What it do, Dream Team? It's your boy D Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with what's clearly a scam, but Americans have been conditioned to believe it's normal. I don't know which part in the series it is, but you'll see in the title. Before we dive into this, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media and Patreon, all up top. You can subscribe to any of it, put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. I'm human. I talk back. And I love talking to you guys. But if you guys got a favorite video, suggest you can subscribe to Patreon or in the description section. There's a Google form link. What we got?
Thing that's clearly a scam, but Americans have been conditioned to believe is normal.
Okay, so for sure, Christopher Columbus 100%. And let me break down why, okay? Okay, so you're chilling on your couch and a guy knocks on your front door, right? So you go get the door and the guy says, hey, I just found your home. I found it. And I love it. It's amazing. I want it to be my home. And the guy looks at him and he says, I'm sorry that this home isn't for sale. This is my home. I found this home, actually. And then Christopher Columbus fucking kills him. And then Columbus looks around and he says, wow, this home appears to be vacant. And then America was like, get this man a holiday.
Christopher came to the home that you already living in. Knock on your door. Hey, I just found your home. I think it's beautiful. I like your home. I found it. I want this home. No, I want this home. Well, you don't want to sell your home. It's like, no, actually, I found it. I actually live here. I don't want to sell my home. Killer, get this man a holiday. I love that.
Vacant. And then America was like, get this man a holiday.
What's something that's clearly a scam, but Americans have been conditioned to believe is normal?
Credit and credit scores that stick with you your whole life and determine what you can and can't do. Yeah, other places don't do that.
We're the only places that does credit scores? Huh? I thought credit scores were like a universal thing. You know what I'm saying? Every developed nation had did credit scores, and that like she said, that determines what you can and can't do, what you can and can't buy. If you feel me, credit scores are hugely important. That's only here, bro. Learn something new every day.
Yeah, other places don't do that.
What's something that's clearly a scam, but Americans have been conditioned to believe is normal?
The pharmaceutical industry. You have to be able to afford to be sick in this country. For starters, if you have a food allergy, which is completely unavoidable, if you can't afford the $700 EpiPen or can't get a prescription for one, dead. If you can't afford the treatment for the cancer that you have, medical bills until you're dead. If you can't afford the thousands of dollars worth of prescriptions for chronic illness like migraines every month, pain all the time. And those are just three of the problems that I have to deal with every single day. And thankfully, I have health insurance and I have prescriptions so I can get the medication that I need so I can afford to be sick. But if you can't, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. She's 100% right. If you're poor, like she said, you're basically dead. Because you can't afford to get the treatment you need. And it's not like you cause these sicknesses, you cause these illnesses. These are things that were unavoidable, that you were maybe just born with or that just happened. Know what I'm saying? It's not like you went out of your way or you did something to cause this. And to know that, know what I'm saying, something that's unavoidable that I couldn't stop from happening and now I have to pay for it for the rest of my life, but I can't afford to pay for it. But if you don't get it, you go through serious pain, suffering, or in the worst case scenario, you end up dead because you couldn't afford the help that you needed. Like she said, that is sick. What are we doing? What are we doing?
What the fuck are we doing? Seriously.
What's something that's clearly a scam, but Americans have been conditioned to believe is normal?
Prescription drugs, man. No one markets or gobbles down prescriptions like the Americans. There's this weird acceptance of pills to fix every problem. AD, doesn't matter what it is. You go to the doctor, they tell you have this thing, and then they give you a pill to fix it. No one ever looks at what they're eating, what their sleep cycle's like, if they're exercising. No one tries to treat their body better, and no one treats their body worse than an American. But you just take pills to solve these problems rather than going to the root of the problem, which is probably what you're putting in in your mouth, how long you're sleeping, and how you're moving your body. Follow me, you fucking idiots.
Thank you. Get this man a golden medal for speaking facts. Yes, we have a literal pill for everything. Know what I'm saying? And like he said, we're willing to take pills for anything, but we're not willing to look at what we put in our body. We're not willing to look at what kind of exercise we get. We're not willing to look at our sleep cycle. We're not willing to look at, know what I'm saying? A lot of things that can be done that can help some of these things. I'm not saying like, now, of course, we need prescription medications for certain illnesses and stuff, so I'm not saying they're all bad. But I'm saying there's things you can do outside of that to help your body. Know what I'm saying? And that you just completely ignore, and you're like, well, they got a pill for that. And so I feel them on that.
Your mouth, how long you're sleeping, and how you're moving your body. Follow me, you fucking idiots.
What's something that's clearly a scam, but Americans have been conditioned to believe is normal?
Well, let's talk about the American education system, guys. So you're telling me I gotta go to school for 12 whole years and not even know what I'm gonna be majoring in when I enter college. And then when you make me choose a major, a couple years in, most of the time I'm gonna change my major. So I'm gonna go in for 4 years of straight debt, right? Accumulate a lot of debt for 4 years. And try to find a good job, maybe $60,000, sometimes not even more. Thinking that one source of income is gonna secure everything, yay. Then, when the virus hits, I can't even find a job with my degree. So now I'm in debt, and I can't find a job without a degree.
What's something that...
It's facts. 12 years, we don't know where we're going to major in, so when we have to choose a major, we end up changing our major. We end up going into debt, trying to get this job done, pay about $60,000, like you said, sometimes less, you know what I'm saying? And so now, that one income, you think it's going to take care of everything, you think you're good, until something happens, like a virus. Now you can't get a job with your degree. Now, all that debt you went into is completely useless because you can't use that degree. Like, hey, they not lying on this.
Debt, and I can't find a job without a degree.
What's something that's clearly a scam, but Americans have been conditioned to believe is normal?
The United States education system. I said what I said. When children in the United States go to school, they learn a very ethnocentric version of history. Go to school anywhere outside of the United States and you'll see a very different viewpoint. While schools outside of the US focus on world history, as well as the history of their own country, the problem with the United States is that they glorify and amplify a lot of the problems that happen. For example, Native American issues. They are glazed over as tiny blips scattered throughout American history, but Native American history is American history and it's overlooked. And they do this in lieu of any history that pretty much starts after the United States was formed. It's not so much American history, but United States history. And that's the problem, is that students don't know about real American history, or Black history, or Asian American history, or Jewish American history. Basically, they tell you what they want you to know.
What's something...
And that's facts. 100%. They basically tell you what they want you to know. We don't get to learn. We don't. I mean, there is world history, but we really, it's like she said, it's blips. We really don't learn about the rest of the world at all. We learn about the USA. A lot of us barely remember about United States history. A lot of us barely remember that, to be honest. Know what I'm saying? But so she's completely right. We don't learn much about Black history. It's a blip. Native American history. It's a blip. Asian history. Jewish history. We don't learn. We don't learn a lot. The United States history, they tell you what they want you to know.
Or Asian American history, or Jewish American history. Basically, they tell you what they want you to know.
What's something that's clearly a scam, but Americans have been...
That we really have to work for the rest of our lives until we get old, maybe, and then we die. And then that's the life that, the American dream that everybody wants.
What's something that's clearly a scam, but Americans have been conditioned to believe is normal?
Man, I can go all day with these, because this whole country is a scam, bro. I was raised at the top of Mississippi and at the bottom of Tennessee, in between South Haven and Memphis, The only roads we have to worry about is 240 and I-55, bro. Maybe 385 if you want to get a little fancy. I moved out to Texas What the fuck is a toll? What is a tollway, my nigga? I have to get a sticker that makes me pay to drive on the road.
Yo.
Isn't it my don't I pay for the what is taxes, my nigga? So you charge me to pay the motherfuckers who make it to pay for it to be made, and you want me to pay to drive on it? What if I told you hell no? What if I said fuck you and still drove on it? I'm gonna get pulled over and I'm gonna get killed. That's extreme. That's a little extreme, I think.
What's something?
Bro, he broke it down for real. And I thought tolls were literally everywhere. I didn't think it was just Texas, bro. I thought they were everywhere. Or I'm sure there are more places than Texas, but I'm just saying I thought they were like everywhere in the United States is what I meant. But that's facts. You taking my taxes to make the road. Know what I'm saying? And now you telling me I gotta pay for the road that I paid to help make? I gotta pay to drive on the road that I paid to help make? Make it make sense.
And I'm gonna get killed. That's extreme. That's a little extreme, I think.
What's something that's clearly a scam, but Americans have been conditioned to believe is normal?
College. Yeah, I said it.
Preach.
But y'all not ready for that conversation, though. Okay, let me tell y'all why. For one, college does not teach you how to make money. College teaches you how to get a job. You pay thousands of dollars every year, and what do they give you in return? A piece of paper. A piece of paper pretty much stating that you know the bare minimum to enter this field and get a job. Here's the funny part. A job isn't even guaranteed. You'd be surprised on how many people graduate college and don't even get a job in the field that they majored in. And it's crazy to me, right? Because people would literally not invest in themselves. You know, they won't put in like $500 to learn how to make 6 figures plus. I mean, who wouldn't do that? But we'll pay $60K a year, maybe more, for college. That doesn't even guarantee you money. And not only is it $60K, but it's a loan with interest. Well, let me tell y'all something. I'm 19 and I have never stepped foot in college. And my bag is long.
What's
Smart
something
man.
that...
Smart man. I wish I would have seen your video before I went, my guy. I wish I would have seen it back then. But he's absolutely right. A lot of us won't pay money to learn how to invest or learn how to do different things to make more income. But yet we went into debt for college for a job that wasn't even guaranteed. That most of us really don't even use our degree. I've never used the degree. I majored in sports and recreation management. I've never got a job in sports and recreation management. It was... I mean, I take accountability for that, though. I do take personal accountability because I probably knew that I didn't want to work in that. I just didn't want to work, to be honest. There was no job I could imagine having. I didn't want to work, and so that's on me. Keep it going.
And I have never stepped foot
right.
in college.
He's right.
And my bag is long.
What's something that's clearly a scam, but Americans have been conditioned to believe is normal?
Easy. Health and wellness culture. We praise transformation over self-acceptance. Self-acceptance doesn't mean giving up on growth or change. Dismissing legitimate concerns or challenges that underprivileged people have by saying you're the only one standing in your way. Marketing health as something to be purchased instead of being about mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Demonizing food as good or bad by promoting alternative products to regular foods. Marketing health as something complex, difficult to achieve, implying that fit has a look. Lack of inclusivity. I've said it before, if you're shaming, obsessing, ruminating, guilting, judging yourself for your exercise or food habits, you're prioritizing it over your passions, hobbies, family, friends, real life connections. Please rethink your approach and your perception of health. Health adds intention to every area of your life. Mainstream wellness is a privilege.
Preach.
What's something...
Preach. Because she definitely was in that. I 100% agree with everything she said about that.
Privilege.
Shout out ASAP Money.
What's something that's clearly a scam, but Americans have been conditioned to believe is normal?
I always say, and I always will, charity commercials. Because if you break it down like this, instead of showing a child in Africa with a fly on his head and a swollen belly, you could take that money that you guys spent on the filming crew, the set, the design, the extras, and give that money to them. However, get the message out there, of course, but I'm sure there's cost-effective ways where you can do all that stuff. But Instead of saying $1 a day can feed a child in Africa, no, honey, that budget for this filming crew could feed hella kids in Africa or whatever third world country, because Africa's not the only one.
What's something that's clearly a scam, but Americans have been conditioned to believe is normal?
That voting Democrat or Republican will actually change anything in this country?
Facts. Absolute facts. But they do always show the African kid with the swollen belly, you know what I'm saying? $1 a day. It's always that commercial. It's always. But that's all we got for this one. You guys got a favorite video you want to see me react to, you can subscribe to Patreon. Or in the description section, there's a Google form link. Hit the link, fill out your suggestions, send it to me. Want me to get to yours faster than others, fill out premium. Make sure you hit subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media and Patreon up top. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Love talking to you guys. You guys are the most incredible team on YouTube. It's your boy D Neal. Out.